Hey everybody, it's me, Joelle Terranova, and I promised you all that I would go live to talk about why it's a great market for both sellers and buyers. So you're hearing a lot of stuff about how that this is a seller's market, it's a seller's market, and it's not a buyer's market, buyers can't get their way, etc., etc. You all, I just see it totally different. And listen, I know there's going to be a ton of opinions and people are going to feel differently. And that's what makes us as human beings awesome, is that we all have different perspectives. And I totally respect it. But I want to show you all some raw numbers, like raw data, like sales, to show that on both sides of the sellers and the buyers table, both are winning aggressively in this market. Now, let me first preface that by saying you want to make sure of a few things and not go into things recklessly. Have a great advisor by your side. And there's a ton of great realtors that are out there. I strongly suggest making sure you have a realtor that is a realtor, not just a real estate agent, but a realtor that is endorsed. They're going to look a little deeper and see things a little differently. Another thing that I want to talk about tonight is there's a lot of you that are thinking about selling, but you're scared because you don't want to become a buyer, right? And because you're thinking, if I sell my house, how am I going to find another one? It's a really bad market for buyers right now. It is so not true. So you all, I want to show you some raw numbers from a client of mine that just bought a house December 15, 2021, right? So they're basically, for giggles, can we say they're 2 months into their new home? So I'm going to turn my camera around, y'all. My desk is a crazy mess. Please don't judge me. Hold on. So I want to show you this. So this is the beautiful, beautiful home that he bought. And here's the crazy thing. He had to purchase a home to satisfy both his mother and his wife because they were all going to be living together. And it took us 5 homes to find that this was the perfect home for them. So it took us 5 homes to find this house, right? So it wasn't like this buyer was in the market. It took like 90 days and we had to make like 20 million offers. We saw 5 houses, made 1 offer and got it. Okay, so again, I'm showing you all why this is a great market for both buyers and sellers, not just sellers, you all. It's all about how you perceive things and how you look at it. Okay, so this is the house. Now, when he bought the house, I'm going to zoom you all over here. So in this first column are all the numbers that pertain to his house. So look at this. The list price was $608. And the sold price was $608. So we didn't have to pay some crazy amount over. This is why you want an endorsed realtor. Like an endorsed realtor is going to know how to hook that up for you, right? So we got this house at the list price. It was really, really great. And here again, you can see that we closed December 15th. It is now February 11th. That is very, very important for you to keep in mind. Now, I pulled comps in that area, right? So nothing tells the story better than sales in the area. So I want you to look. His home is 4-bedroom. All these other homes are 4-bedroom. His home is 4 bathrooms. So are all the other ones. All right. Now, his original list price was $608. Look at what these list prices were. $745, $747. $699.9, $689.9, $575. Now look at what they sold for. This one for $745 went for $765. This one that was listed for $747 sold for $744. This one that listed for $699 sold for $725. This one that was listed for $689 sold for $665, And this one listed for $575, sold for $600. So based on this, if my client who just bought said, Joelle, I would like to put my house on the market, how much could I get? I would tell him anywhere between $600,000 to $765,000. In fact, the average number between it would be $699,900. I would be putting that house on the market for $699,900. You all, he only paid $608 for it 2 months ago. This house basically appreciated $91,900 in 60 days. He's a buyer. You tell me what else handed you $91,900 in 60 days. And do you think that the appreciation is going to continue to increase? Heck, yeah, it's going to continue to increase. So anybody who's sitting here saying that this market is only for sellers is not looking at the whole picture. My client just got $91,000 in equity in his home. And guess what he's doing? He's starting to pull it out. Now I want you to see what happened with the person who sold this home to him. They purchased this house in 2017 for $445,000. They sold it 4 years later to my client in 2021 for $608,000. They made, or the difference between the two is $163,000. It took 4 years for them to see that difference. That's the seller. The buyer saw that in 2 freaking months. Don't you dare believe for 2 seconds that that is not extremely lucrative for a buyer. You all, there's nothing giving back more money right now than real estate. And it doesn't look like that's going to change anytime soon. So with that being said, it is not true that every buyer goes through seeing 20, 30, 40 homes. This one, they went through 5. Now, there are some who may be very, very particular. And so, yeah, that might be true. You don't always, in certain markets, I realize you all, every market is different. So I have to speak about the mid-Atlantic market. This is not every market. But where we did see bidding wars, we're starting to see that slow down, but property values are continuing to increase. Do we have to show 20, 30 houses? No, in this instance, this client only saw 5 homes, made 1 offer, got list price. Your realtor is going to be able to identify those homes. And you all, I can tell you that the person that listed this home, they actually could have listed it for more. And y'all, my client would have paid more. But their listing agent really didn't list it correctly. God bless her. And it is what it is. No criticism. But guess what? My buyer cashed in on that. So those are still out there. Communicate very clearly to your realtor what it is that you want, what it is that you're looking for. Trust the process if you trust them. And not only are sellers walking away with big money bags, but anybody who owns property right now, even if you're a brand new buyer, those properties are appreciating super quick, you all. And in crazy markets, the rule of thumb is it takes 7 years to correct itself. Let's just hypothetically say it's going to take 5 years. In this client's, for instance, that I just showed you, how much do you think this client's property is going to appreciate in the next 5 years? Do you think that it's realistic to say that in the next 5 years, this client could probably sell his home for over $1 million? I say yes. Now, is everybody in that price range? No, but I can tell you my clients that even bought in the 200,000s, 300,000s, they are still seeing huge appreciations. I just wanted to show you this one example. So I say that to say, while we're still in this climate of properties increasing in value, jump on it. If you're thinking, I want to wait until property values go down and then I'll buy, it's not smart. Let me tell you why. If that were to happen, that they start to go down, that means that interest rates are going up. You all think about it. When you finance something, where does the bulk of your money go? Does it go to the principal or the base price? Or does it go to the financing? Any of us know who have financed anything that the bulk of your money goes to the interest. So it's better to buy something where the price might be slightly higher, but the interest rate is low, than to buy something where the price is lower, but the interest rate is now high, because now you're actually paying more money. When I bought my first house and I had great credit, my interest rate was 8%. 8%. It was high. Interest rates now, when I see like 3.99, 4.25, that's still low. Like it's still, I'm like, man, I wish I had that when I bought my first house. I have a client now who is about to be a seller, and their interest rate on their house right now is 6% when they first bought their house, and they have great credit. So they're still excited about a 3.99, 4%, whatever it may be. So sellers, please do not be afraid to sell. Also, don't be afraid of, well, what if I sell and I don't find what I want? There's certain contingencies that your realtor will know can be added to the contract to make sure that you and your family are safe, and don't close on your home that you're selling until you find the perfect home for you and know for sure that you got it and that you're going to be moving in. I hope that this has helped somebody. I've never ever seen anything quite like this, where people can really, really cash in on what is happening in real estate right now. If you are paying those crazy high rent rates, stop it. Stop it. Stop it now. You don't have to pay those high rates. If you have at least verifiable income, meaning you're not taking money under the table, you're legitimately making money either through a job or you have your own business, then you can own a home. You can own a home. If you're having some obstacles or some challenges, that is what we're here for. So don't hesitate to reach out. I'm happy to give you my best piece of advice and show you how that you can become a homeowner. Do not be afraid to be a buyer. Yes, it's a seller's market, but if you really look at the numbers, it's a buyer's market too. I hope y'all have a great night. I've been working all day and I am ready to go hang out with my family and just chill and relax. But I look forward to talking to each and every single one of you very, very soon. Have a great night.